All right, we talked about in detail a little bit. Jimmy Butler getting traded from Minnesota to the 76ers for Robert Covington and Dario Saric. Two really, really good pieces that the mainstream public may not know about. They're really, really good pieces. In the 2022 second-round draft pick, we back Goodfellas Sports TV. And what is not known is that's been kind of unveiled is that the 76ers acquired Jimmy Butler's bird rights, which is important because with his bird rights, that means they can sign him to a max contract and exceed their current salary cap to obtain his services next year. They fully plan to extend Jimmy Butler with a max contract next summer. He will opt out. He does have a player option to opt out his contract. And it's known that Jimmy Butler really wanted to go to Miami or to the Los Angeles Clippers. Los Angeles, but preferably the Clippers. A lot of people, it's a rumor going around that guys don't want to play with LeBron James. And Jimmy Butler and LeBron James have been rivals for years and years. Back to the Miami and the Chicago series they used to have. That's good. They do plan on signing Jimmy Butler and keeping him. So they do feel like, it's going to work. But, I'm pretty sure they probably spoke to Jimmy Butler and, was like, this is our plans for you. And, I'm pretty sure they spoke to him after the trade or before the trade. So they plan to extend him to a max contract. I think it may be a super max deal if they obtain his bird rights. Don't quote me on that, but that could be the situation where they can get a supermax deal for him. So, if he leaves, he ain't going to get a supermax deal anyway, So, with the bird rights, I think you can get the supermax deal, but I know they can exceed their salary cap. They also got to eventually pay Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid in about 2 or 3 years as well, or a year or two as well. So, Philadelphia is going all in. I know a lot of the fans, have pretty much gave all hope on Markelle Fultz. It's interesting before I continue with this video. If they would have traded Jason Tatum, they wouldn't even need to trade it for Jimmy Butler. So, a lot of people miss. I heard Ticket TV, salute to Ticket TV, say Lonzo Ball and Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball might be the worst number 1, number 2 back-to-back picks of all time. I have to look at through history, but I don't think he's lying. That may be an actual fact. It may turn out to be an actual fact. But yeah, that's great that they plan on extending, or they hope to extend Jimmy Butler. I know you don't trade Robert Covington and Saric and trade Jimmy Butler. They both two really, really good players in this league. Covington is definitely one of the better glue guys in this league. D&3 guy. Saric is a stretch forward. I think one day he may have some all-star potential if he can defend a little bit better. He started off slow this year as well. So Jimmy Butler is going to be in Philly. It's remained to be seen if he's going to sign an extension ASAP. I'm pretty sure if the bird rights mean that they can offer him a supermax deal, which I'm not sure on, I have to look that up, that he's going to stay in Philly. But if things turn out well and they make it to the NBA Finals and they win, I'm pretty sure he'll like the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia as well. So, it's very, very interesting for him. And also, the earliest that you may see him play, I think next couple of days he'll be taking a physical. Tuesday or Monday he'll be scheduled to take his physical. So the trade ain't 100% until we pass the physical, and Covington and Dario Saric pass the physical as well. Until they pass their physical, this trade isn't 100%, through. But the earliest that you can expect to see Jimmy Butler play would be Wednesday versus the Magic for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's already in game shape. But, I'm interested to feel his vibes. I think his vibes, when you see the first opening press conference, when they introduce him and give him his jersey, his vibes is going to really tell you if he wants to be there or not. I just know he wants to win. He's 30 years old. He's very competitive. And he want to win. And Joel Embiid want to win. Ben Simmons want to win. The whole team wants to win. So, if you expect to see, are you waiting to see Jimmy Butler and how he looks in the Magic's uniform, you got to wait till at least Wednesday when they play look at the 76ers uniform. Has to wait until Wednesday until he suits and boots up for the 76ers. So versus the Orlando Magic, and the Magic have been playing great ball. Shout out to Kelly Enigma. We did our NBA preview show He picked the Orlando Magic to make the playoffs. I didn't see that one, so he seen something I didn't see. Shout out to Vujovic and Fournier and Aaron Gordon and all them bros over there. So salute to Orlando Magic. But yeah, obviously, how do you see? How do I see Jimmy Butler fitting this team perfect? If he's got the right mindset, and he comes in with an open mindset, and he's willing to do anything to win, he's gonna fit in perfect. I think he's going to give them what Covington gave them and more. A more elite defender. Ben Simmons becoming an elite defender. Joel Embiid is gonna become an elite defender one day. So you got 3 elite defenders. You add shooting. Jimmy Butler improved his jump shot from Chicago to Minnesota drastically. Even in Chicago, he improved it. So you got that, and then he also can score. He can score off the bounce. He brings an intangible of high intensity. He gives them an attitude. I mean, him and Joel Embiid, that's a lot of toughness. And Ben Simmons kind of easy going, so it kind of balance each other out. Also, you got JJ Redick, who bring in a lot of shooting. So really what Philly actually loses is a big man in Dario Saric. They got to find another stretch forward. They lost some shooting in this trade, so they got to acquire some shooting some type of way. They swapped shooting with Covington and Jimmy Butler. I think Covington may be a little bit better 3-point shooter than Jimmy Butler, just in my opinion. But what that little bit Butler makes up in scoring. Covington can't put the ball on the floor and score and create his own shot like Jimmy Butler. And he's a good defender, but I believe that Jimmy Butler is an elite two-way defender, two-way guy. He's an elite defender. So they lost scoring from the stretch 4 position. Sarge wasn't shooting the ball particularly well this season, but the threat of him stretching out. So Amir Johnson, remember he played for the Pistons back in the day. Shout out to my Detroit people. That's where I'm from. He's okay. He's starting to extend his range a little bit and shoot some threes. I've been seeing last couple of years, but they gotta fill that void in for shooting. They gotta find some shooting there. They got the kid from the light skinned kid they got. He be shooting it as well too, but they gotta replace that shooting with Sarge, and I think they will. I think they're gonna make another move before the All-Star break to bring some more shooting as well. So, I like what Philly did, and where does Philly, in the video, where do I think Philly places in the East now? I think Toronto is the class, man. The way Kyle Lowry's playing and Kawhi Leonard when he plays. Pascal Siakam, he's a fine player, man. He's a very athletic forward. They got a hell of a team. Valanciunas coming off the bench. Serge Ibaka's playing well. Toronto may be the class of the East, but I still like Boston. I still think Boston is going to make a move, maybe with Terry Rozier or Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown. I think they're going to improve their team. Again, I think they're going to gel better. Remember, they're going through a transition period. Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and Tatum and Gordon Hayward hadn't really played with each other. So I see Boston still being the class. I see Toronto being up there as well. I think with this Jimmy Butler trade, quick as they gel, I think the East just got that much more interesting. And even if LeBron was in the East, I think the reign would have ended this year for LeBron with Cleveland. And I think Philly can easily win the East. I think Toronto can easily win the East. I think Boston can easily win the East. You got injuries. You got Jimmy Butler coming back. You got moves to be made. I think Toronto is going to make a move. I think Boston is going to make a move. I think Philly is going to make a move. And I think, to be honest, if they can't get Kawhi Leonard to commit, don't be surprised if Toronto doesn't move Kawhi Leonard before the trade deadline. So that's just something to look at. But the success Toronto is having and how great of a city Toronto is, I'm not far to Toronto. I've been to Toronto. It's a great city. It's an underrated city. So I don't know why Kawhi Leonard wouldn't want to stay there. But when you're from California, Southern California, it's hard to find any place that's as immaculate as Southern California across North America, in my opinion. But I think, the Sixers, Celtics, and Toronto is the class of the East. Everybody else is a step or two behind them. I know a lot of people putting stock in Milwaukee. Milwaukee starts off strong every year. Giannis starts off strong, and then the grind in the NBA, wears Giannis down. So you got to get some help from Middleton and Bledsoe. That's another team that I think can make a move as well. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Salute. I'm about to get back active today. We have a 5 to 7 video minimum every day. Appreciate everybody for subscribing to the channel. If you want to make a donation to the channel, the link's in the description. We on Facebook, got a Facebook group, Facebook, Facebook and Twitter. You can also email me as well. And, check us out. We do a lot of boxing, do a lot of other sports as well. Check our playlists out, NBA, NFL, music entertainment playlist. Y'all know what the business is. Goodfellas Sports TV, we gone.